Hi and welcome to my channel, which is about having a narcissistic mother and the effects that this has upon you as you grow up into a child, a teenager, an adult, and what this can do to you in terms of the relationship that you have to yourself and others, because this is something that is highly wounding, deeply wounding as you grow up. And lots of people do struggle with the effects that this has on their ability to live a good life. So in this video I want to talk to you about an experience which is really actually quite heartbreaking, which is that in narcissistic families there tends to be wedges and different camps that the children are in with each other, and behind that stands the narcissistic mother. And it's really hard to fathom that a mother may produce this kind of structure in the family so that she can control the family, and by doing this she robs the children of having normal sibling relationships. So that's just really sad. So that's what I want to talk to you about, and maybe you've experienced this since you're watching me here. And my name is Åse Wegerif, and I'm a registered counselor. I run a private practice. I also have personal experience of this. And if you find that this really resonates with you and is really helpful to you, then I would absolutely love it if you would consider subscribing, commenting, or liking the video. So what is your sibling relationship like today? Do you have contact with each other? Do you have a good bond that is on some level supportive, comforting, that you can rely on, that you have some connection? Or does everything of your connection go through your mother? So that she has control over this relationship still, which she would have had when you were growing up. Or do you have this kind of warmth and connection in the relationship to your siblings? Or do you have just a lack and a deep cleft between you and your siblings, that you can't get to each other? You're completely isolated from each other, living in separate worlds, maybe lonely, both of you, not getting to experience to be free as children, to really build a relationship with your siblings. Because you could have been, you can be easily with a narcissistic mother then experiencing that you are, there's been so much pain between you, there's been so many different, you've experienced life so differently, and you've been living in completely different worlds. So it's really, there's an ocean between you, and it's just really, really unsurmountable to reconnect with each other. So we've got no guarantee, of course, that if there wasn't for your narcissistic mother, that you would have this really wonderful, close bonded relationship and things would be well, because there are so many factors that have an impact on how siblings form and develop their relationship. But when you have a narcissistic mother, she is there with her toxicity and controlling your relationship, which I'm going to get to in a minute, which really, so we're looking at that side of it. So it's not the whole picture, but it's a very which I'm sure, because you're watching this video, you have some experience with. So you didn't have a normal mother, and let's look at that. What does, to contrast, to see her clearly, it can be helpful to think about what would a normal mother be like. I know that as a normal mother myself, when I had my children, it was one of the major concerns I had that they should feel well taken care of emotionally and relationally, and as the mother, and getting help from the father as well, to have the children develop empathy for each other, to help them see the other's point of view, to try to let them have conflicts, but at the same time, when the feelings run too high, and on some level, if there is a true feeling of that things aren't being fair, that you sense it, you pay attention to your children's relationship and what they're like with each other, and then you do. It's an instinct, I would say. At the same time, it's also a lot of emotional work. It's a lot of work to do this. But to help them resolve differences, to help them both feel that things are fair, or how many children you have, feel that things are fair, to talk to them when things don't feel fair, to let them speak and say what's going through them, that it's safe enough to do so, and so on. So this is a lot of emotional, relational work that takes an effort on your side as a mother, and also, but over time, when you do this every day and over time, it does set up an environment in the family of being empathic, being supportive, being there for each other. It's fine to struggle sometimes, to not be always so reasonable as well, but you still, it's still okay that you are you, and that you are different, supporting also the children in finding them their own personalities and their own selves, which is something that a narcissistic mother doesn't really doesn't do. So this is a normal sibling relationship, and then what you end up with then, well, there's always going to be a sibling relationship is a sibling relationship. It's where we practice differences. It's where we practice to stretch boundaries, to be competitive, and so on. So there's always the reality of sibling relationship being like this. But the problem is that if you have an emotionally injured narcissistic mother standing behind there, who's actually functioning more on a child's emotional level herself, then you've got a complete different situation, a complete different setup. So let's look at that. But a narcissistic mother is a mother on a completely different emotional level, and self-interested, controlling, manipulative, and her concern is using everyone in her life for her own needs. So she sets up a family environment where the children aren't seen for who they really are. So there's a hurt and a lack in all of the children that they might not be consciously aware of, but it is painful growing up in a family for all with a narcissistic mother. So what often tends to happen is that you get the scenario of the golden child and the scapegoat, so that there's really like strong roles. The golden child is idolized, can't do anything wrong, is used she's using the golden child to feed her own ego, to get narcissistic supplies, to get to lift herself up, and then she's pushing the scapegoat down. The scapegoat carries all the shadow side of the family, of her, gets the blame, and has a really hard time. But the thing is, even though the golden child may look to have everything well going on, both children are in fact used. So there's two little children or more growing up having very different experiences, and which is in her interest, because this way it has severed the relationship bond, so she's free to act out and control this relationship. It's just so very hard to imagine when you are an empath, when you are sensitive, when you are maybe you grew up as a scapegoat, so you become very sensitive. And when you look back, how can it be that sibling relationships have been so difficult all your life and still are for many? And the thing is, if you actually are able to see what's been going on, then which is really painful, and we protect ourselves from seeing this. So it's a process of taking the wool away from our eyes and seeing it clearly. But there has been a mother there who didn't intend for your sibling relationships right from the beginning to be a support for all of you in your life. How intentionally did she create this wedge and ocean between you? Well, she did do all the things that she didn't do certain things, and she did do other things repeatedly when you grew up. So if you were the scapegoat, you will have had a lot of unfairness, a lot of things right from your childhood, right from things such as your golden child brother comes there as a baby and you're older and you're a child, you've forgotten to protect your toys because you're just a child, you can't really, you can't think ahead. And then this baby golden child comes and starts destroying and tearing things up. You look to your mother for protection, and she's in fact punishing you and telling you off for not having protected your toys, standing there and gloating, enjoying it, the fact that you're suffering emotionally. So this is kind of mother that you have, and so her very twisted way of being there in the family means that you get a lot of aggression building between the children. It's not their fault, but you get a lot of aggression build up over time, unfairness, bitterness, pain. And as a child, you can't direct, you can't see, you can't direct your, you can't see that she's actually doing it, because you just end up with hatred to your sibling and deep wedges form. So this is an adult parent watching it, standing there, in fact, creating it, because if we are supported, then we can find a way to have good relationships. Not though if you are sabotaged by your own parent. The sad truth is that you have been robbed right from the start of the possibility of having normal sibling relationships. You have been robbed of this. You never got a chance to have a sibling and to develop nurturing, empathic, mutually supportive relationship where you are able to bridge your differences and see the world, at least that there is that we all do live in separate worlds, but the deep wedges that she's driven between the children that she has means that it's almost, for many, insurmountable to reach each other. There is too much pain, there is too much build-up of unfairness, resentment, and the golden child might have developed into an entitled person, also taking on narcissism, and the scapegoat might have gone into a sort of more overgiving, pleasing kind of pattern. So So you were in fact robbed of a normal sibling relationship, and there is a lot of sadness around that, because other children in normal families do not have a parent who actively sabotages and sets this dynamic, painful dynamic up between their children. So I hope that you've gotten something from this video. If you feel comfortable then about it, but just feel into yourself, then please do share aspects of this, because I'm trying to support you in your experience. And like I said earlier, it's also my experience personally, and I'm a therapist working and helping people as well. So I hope that there's some recognition and validation of this for you. And if you have found this helpful, then please consider subscribing, liking or commenting, because that really supports me to support you more. And I hope to see you again, and I hope you have a wonderful day, and you are not alone in this. Let's talk about the truth of what you have been through and what you're going through, because you really are not alone. So I wish you all the best and hope to see you again. I also just want to add that as a child, you don't see things clearly. You self-protect. As a child, you maybe see your siblings, and all the pain might be directed towards them. But what we are trying to do, or what we're doing in this video, is seeing the reality of the situation with a mother standing behind there, being present to all of this without actually helping with any resolution, with any fairness between the siblings. And instead she's using them and maybe creating situations on purpose to cause the children so much pain, and which also destroys their relationships. This is the truth. So we're changing the view that you have on it from the child's view of the bad feelings towards the siblings, maybe also some towards your mother, but the rifts created with your siblings. And now we're seeing and understanding more of the siblings, and seeing that she was actually there in the way that she actually set your relationship up to be harmed. So seeing the truth, which was really hard to see when you were younger, but placing the pieces right. So I hope this has been helpful to you, and I wish you well.